Torch by Carl Burgess. Gentlemen of the press, I called you to my laboratory because I, Professor Horton, have a difficult problem in my latest discovery. As you all know, I've been working on a synthetic man, an exact replica of a human being. When I finished, I found I had surpassed anything that any scientist had ever done. If you'll follow me, I'll show you why. Even I fear the monstrosity which I've created. In this airtight glass cage lives my creation. I call him the Human Torch. Something went wrong with my figuring somewhere. Every time this robot, the Human Torch, contacts oxygen in the air, he bursts into flame. Now watch. As Horton allows some air into the cage, the others gasp in terror. Good Lord, that figure is a wall of fire! Horton, destroy that man before some madman can grasp its principles and hurl it against our civilization. No! Sorry, gentlemen, but you see, destroying him does not answer anything. Then perhaps the power of the press will help change your mind. Within the hour, newsies are on the street with an extra. Extra! Read all about it. The Man of Fire, the Human Torch. As Horton reads the paper in his study, the phone buzzes, breaking the room's eerie silence. Hello? Yes, this is Horton. Who is this? The Scientists Guild. You want to see my creation? Certainly. Any time you say. Tonight? Very well. At 8. That evening, 8 bells. You're on time, boys. You know, Horton, those newspapers have aroused the public, and we 3 have been sent to investigate this so-called Human Torch. I thought so. My friends, come this way, please, and I will show you everything. To be truthful, Even I can't understand this strange phenomenon. It's hard to say what it is. It might be spontaneous combustion, but who knows? Perhaps we might be able to analyze him, Horton. He looks harmless enough. Do you mind feeding him some air, Horton, so we can measure the heat given with this pyrometer? Very well. As air leaks in the weird flames, livens like a hellish fire. Good Lord, the hands of the meters have already gone off the dials. What? The meter snapped. The heat is too great. And you have no control over flame? None whatsoever. That is why I'm afraid. That evening, and now that you've seen it, what is your opinion? Horton, this may hurt, but since you've no control over him, I'm inclined to agree with the newspapers. Destroy him. Surely there must be some other way than to break him up. For who knows, in the course of experimentation, I might hit on a device to gain control of and master this mechanical torch. There is a way out, Horton. Entomb him in a concrete block so that if that's it. If I find the solution, I can dig him out. And that way there's no danger. Eureka! That's the answer. The next day, workers begin building a mound in which to bury the Human Torch. Rather a mold in which to bury the Human Torch. While in the house, as official witness of the press, you've seen me seal the Human Torch in this steel tube, perhaps forever. Lifting the steel tube wherein lies the Human Torch, 2 huskies carry it from the room. And fit it to a hook dangling from the top of a derrick. Time went by, and everybody had forgotten about the fireman until one early morning there was a terrifying blast, and the earth split open. Boom! Good heaven! What was that? I wonder, could it be? In Horton's bedroom, Horton rushes to the shattered window. Ye gods! That was the Human Torch's tomb! Could he have been destroyed? He must have been. Nothing could survive a blast like that. Nothing. Unless... Unless there was a leak in the airtight tube in which he was buried. A leak? But that's impossible. I sealed it myself. But there had been a leak. A slow leak. Allowing the oxygen to seep in slowly. The Human Torch, in contact with air, spreads terror through the city as everything he touches turns into an inferno. Fire! It's the Human Torch! He's on the loose! I'm burning alive. Why must everything I touch turn into flames? Attracted by the clang of fire engines after somebody had turned in a fire alarm, the Human Torch turns. Look, the Human Torch! Busy, men! Ha ha! I like the sound of the bells. Well, what are you guys waiting for? Come on! Get the hose into action. Yes, sir. Hurry. That guy's still here. Water ought to do the trick. As the water spurts onto the Human Torch, a hissing sound bellows, a cloud of smoke rises. But the firemen are dumbfounded as... Glory be! The guy's laughing. It ain't human. Stop. It tickles. As the Human Torch steps on a hose, it burns through, and the water spurts out. The flames once again shoot up, and the Human Torch is on the loose again. I must find a retreat. I've already caused too much damage. What? Looks like a pool in there. Perhaps that will put out this flame. Coming to the iron gate, the Human Torch pauses. Gripping the iron gate in his flaming hands, the Human Torch melts his way through the heavy bars. Those iron bars can't stop me. Leaving a trail of blazing grass, the Human Torch dives into the pool. Meanwhile, in the house, on the estate with the pool, that's funny. The grass round the pool is burning, Sado. You're nuts, Red. Wait a minute. Did you say burning? That means but one thing. Huh? Now listen. Get the winter glass cover that fits the pool. Draw the air out, then drain the water out. Hurry. Don't ask any questions. Later. Ha! I thought so. It's the Human Torch. So what? That's what I like about you, Red. You're so stupid. I don't like that kind of talk, Sado. Forget it, Red. We got $1 million racket and don't need to worry about cops now. Sado tries explaining to Red his plan to use the Human Torch. From now on, Red, we're in the fire insurance business. Okay, if you say so, Sado. And our first customer will be the Acme Warehouse Incorporated. But steel can't burn. Look, Dope, that guy in the pool is the Human Torch, and he can melt steel. Did you think he'll work for us? If you've read the paper, you'd know that he starts burning as soon as he hits air. Do you get it now? Yeah, but what's our next move now, Sardo? Get the car out. We're going to call on the Acme Warehouse Incorporated. But I still don't see how that freak can be up any use to us and our racket, boss. Later. I'll show you. You stay here, Red, while I have a sales talk with the company's president. Yes, sir? What can I do for you? I'd like to see Mr. Harris, please. And who shall I say is calling? Just say Mr. Sado and tell him it's hot stuff. There's a Mr. Sado outside to see you. He says it's hot stuff. Hot stuff? What's that? Oh, well, send him in. Mr. Harris? I'll be brief. Unless you sign up for my protection insurance, you won't have any more raw steel left in your warehouse. Oh, a racketeer, eh? Listen, Sato, I don't need any insurance, and I hate punks like you, so get out now. I was only doing you a favor, Harris. You'll be sorry. Watch. Sato jumps into action. Did you have any luck, Sato? No. Get moving. We got work to do, and fast. Sato and his lieutenant head for their mansion, where they strangely hold the Human Torch. Now, Red, fill the pool with water, then get a diving suit and a glass tube to fit the Human Torch. You'll find him in my lab. Yeah, okay, Sato. After donning the diving suit, Sato lowers himself into the pool and fits the tube on the Human Torch, who thinks Sato is helping him. Okay, Red, lower a rope, then haul away. Everything is okay so far. The glass case is then placed on an operating cot and then wheeled to the back of a truck. Take it easy now, or you'll break the glass. Okay, now head for those warehouses where Harris keeps his steel. The truck bearing the torch speeds through the night. There's the warehouse, Sato. That big one there. Don't break the case. Not too fast. Move him slowly. It's all yours, Torch. Burn it to the ground. Ha! Only wish Harris could see this. Sato takes careful aim and throws a weight at the protecting glass case. The oxygen of the air makes Torch burst into flame. Makes Torch burst into flames. As the Human Torch walks about, unable to grasp the meaning of it all, the warehouse becomes a mass of flame. I confess I don't know. I don't understand. I thought Sato was trying to help me. The Human Torch tries to figure the reason Sato is using him. Then he brings me here and breaks the cover. I wonder if he might be just a low-down racketeer. That's it. He must be, else why let me lose in this tinderbox? That's loose. Why let me loose in this tinderbox? Sato is a business wrecker. I've got to get out and see him. Uh-oh. The roof caved in. That's my way out. I hope it works. Taking a running start through the molten steel, the torch leaps upward. Even the Human Torch is surprised as his leap turns out to be a flight through space. The reason was that the blue and combined red flames made the Human Torch lighter than air. The goggle-eyed spectators flee as the Human Torch lands in their midst many blocks away. Now for that crook Sato and his mob of rats. Sato is taken by surprise by the Torch's sudden appearance on his grounds. But what's this flash of fire coming into my place? Why, it's the Human Torch. Sato runs into the house, slamming the door in an effort to escape the Human Torch. Bam! What? You're a fool, Sato. Why lock the door? A closed door can't stop the Human Torch. He walks right through it. I'll get you in the end. Good Lord, he's burning through the doors. I've got to hide, but where? I got it. My underground lab. It's steel. It'll stop him. Sato runs to his secret underground lab. You'll never get me there. The walls are made of 12-inch battleship chromium steel plates. While in the house above, I wonder where Sato disappeared to. I saw him run in here. As the house collapses, a lone figure stands erect. It's the Human Torch, untouched in the fiery inferno, helping the destruction with his own heat. It's funny, but I can't find Sato in these ruins. I wonder. It was easy to burn Sato's home down. Sato's mob leave their leader and try to run away when they see the torch. "We can't wait for Sato. Let's duck quick. Say it's a torch. He's fired the house." As the human torch leaps forward, the others spread out, some diving into the pool. Sato's man, Red, ducks under a nearby car. The heat is terrific, and under the auto, "Help! The heat's killing me!" Jumping through space like a comet, the human torch lands on the car and melts the body as if it were made of butter. The human torch, having scalded the gangsters in the pool by turning water to steam, that rat burned all right, and those fellows in the pool won't come up for air. Now for Sardo. Runs back into the flaming house seeking Sardo's hideout. A steel door. Funny I didn't notice it before. Placing his hands on the door, it reacts like an acetylene torch, boring a hole through the steel. The door leads to Sato's underground lab. So, this is Sato's laboratory, and I'm not supposed to get by that special door, eh? Sato feels secure behind super steel walls. So you think you'll get me, eh? Not in a million years, Mr. Torch. But Sardo's laugh wasn't funny. As the human torch melts through the steel, right through the steel door without exertion. "Hello, rat." Sado, in an attempt to bring the torch under his control, dons a gas mask and hurls a gas bomb at him, with no effect, the heat causing it to fizz before it can even touch the human torch. Psst. Having fun, Sardo? The human torch laughs and bids Sardo to watch him as he picks up a bomb and instantly it melts. Sardo, now half crazed, picks up a tank of liquid liquidar. Just as he is about to fling it, The clang of fire engines catches the attention of both men. What is liquidar? Whatever that is, that's liquidar. While the firemen fight the roaring blaze from the outside, Horton spots a tank full of nitrogen. He rushes into the flames. Don't go in there. You'll be blown to bits. I have to get that nitrogen tank out of there. But just then, the Human Torch appears on the scene, and he too sees the tank. With a mighty leap, his arms close around the slim tank, melting it, and the nitro gas shoots up. While Horton's eyes pop with amazement. It's incredible! I hadn't seen it. The flames die down, and the Torch is himself again. This'll be a better world without you, Mr. Torch. The fire chief, seeing this, draws his gun and fires. With a gurgling laugh, the Human Torch whirls and makes a sudden dash back into the blazing embers. He's back. But wait, what's this? His flame is out. Why? There was a tank of nitro upstairs. Could it have been that? It has possibilities. But as the Human Torch approaches Sado, he again bursts into flame. Now I'm sure it was the nitro. This gives me a chance to strike a bargain. Here, you can have this nitro if you let me go. Rushing to a corner, Sado gets a tube of nitro gas and offers it to the Human Torch. But the Human Torch flies forward and quickly wrests the tank from Sado's grip. Thanks, Sado. This'll come in handy. But as for letting you go, never. Listen, I'll do anything you say, only don't burn me. You rat. You should have thought of that before you decided to make the goat for your racket. You should have thought of that before you decided to make me the goat for your racket. The Human Torch springs into action and starts destroying Sado's laboratory. Then, leaping in ape-like fashion, he rips the chemical-laden shelves down. Now my last and final chance to get him. With seemingly fiendish delight, the Human Torch completely wrecks the lab as Sado sneaks away to a corner, where he grips a tank of sulfuric acid, then sneaks up behind the torch. Boom! Hurling the tank, it explodes before it even touches the Human Torch. Poor fool, killed by his own hand. Grabbing an insulated tank of nitrogen, the only gas that will control his flame, the torch walks out of the lab. Rather, he walks out of the burning lab. We heard an explosion out here. What was it? A rat dealt out justice to himself, Horton. The police, attracted by the blaze and explosion, rushed to the scene. Hey, Chief, I just saw Horton talking to the torch. So, it's more of the torch's work, eh? Meanwhile, the torch leaves Horton and moves into the flames to experiment with the nitro. I hope this nitro will bring complete control over the flame. Later, it works. I can now control the flame without the nitro. Good Lord, I can throw the flame as I would a ball. Then, turning back to his flame, the torch finds that he can fling the blue flame from his body. Meanwhile, the chief runs back to his car and sends a message over the ether. Attention all cars, close in on Torch. He's headed down Spruce Street. Hurry, I'll trail him just in case. I wonder if that car is following me. His suspicions confirmed, the torch shoots ahead like a comet, the car being left far back in the distance. But at the corner, a blockade of police cars seemingly trapped the torch. Okay, come and get me. It's no use. The heat's too great. We can't even get near him. Wait, don't go. Watch. Look, the flame is out. Sorry I caused you so much trouble. I didn't know you were after me. It's okay. You can take me. My body's cold. Later at police headquarters. Torch, you've committed a most dastardly crime, burning a warehouse and then proceeding to destroy Sato's estate. Why? Burning the warehouse was Sato's plan to shake down the company for protection. As for me, I was a victim of circumstances. All of which was part of Sato's plan for a racket. Yes, I am guilty of burning Sato's estate, but it was of his own doing. He set me free in air, thereby allowing me to ignite. Captain, leave the torch in my custody. I'll be responsible. Very well, Horton. The torch is in your custody. Ha! He'd probably burn the jail down if I didn't do so. Horton leads the torch to his car and heads at once for Horton's home. This might interest you, Horton. I have complete control over the flame. What? Later, inside Horton's lab. If he has complete control, I can make a fortune through him. Torch, I'd like to see an example of your control, please. Later, inside Horton's lab. The torch orders Horton to place an unlit cigar in his mouth. You see, I turn my flame on and merely point. Ah, there, your cigar is lit. A perfect example of flame control. Then, as a further example of control, the torch snaps its flame on and off. How's that, Professor? It's amazing. We could make a fortune. So, even you've been touched by the possibility of a fortune in me, eh, Horton? Putting on the flame, he gestures at the ceiling in a circular motion. No, Horton, I'll be free, and no one will ever use me for selfish gain or crime. The ceiling's burning. Crash. Then, with a laugh and a mighty leap, crashing through the unburst opening in the roof, the torch sails through space like a comet. Next month, another Human Torch picture action story. The end. For now.